Have you ever wondered about the true age of our planet Earth? We often think of time in years, decades, or centuries, but when it comes to the history of Earth, we have to delve into the concept of geological time. This is the grand, expansive timeline that charts the life of our planet from its fiery birth to the present day. Let's take a step back. About 4.5 billion years to be precise. In the cosmic blink of an eye, our planet was born from the stardust of a collapsing star, a violent and chaotic birth. This was the Hadean Aeon, aptly named after Hades, the ancient Greek god of the underworld. During this time, Earth was a molten, hellish world, bombarded by asteroids and comets, with no stable crust to speak of. Yet, amidst this chaos, the foundations of our planet were being laid. Over time, the relentless heat and pressure began to cool and solidify, forming the very first Earth's crust. It was a barren landscape, devoid of life, dominated by volcanic activity and a thinning atmosphere. Yet it was the first step towards the world we know today. Parallel to this, another significant event was unfolding. Water vapor, released by volcanic activity and delivered by icy comets, began to condense in the cooling atmosphere. Eventually, these droplets grew large enough and began to fall, giving birth to the first rain, which filled the basins and lowlands, creating the first oceans. From a molten, lifeless rock, Earth had begun its transformation. It was forming its crust and carving out its oceans, laying the groundwork for life to eventually emerge. But the Earth of the Hadean Aeon was still a far cry from the blue and green oasis we call home today. It was a world being shaped and molded by the forces of nature, its story only just beginning to unfold. Earth was taking shape, but it was far from the planet we know today. Scene script. Can you imagine a world without life? That was Earth for its first billion years. Our planet during the Archean and Proterozoic eons was a barren, hostile place. But even in these harsh conditions, the seeds of life were sown. The Earth's atmosphere, initially devoid of oxygen, began to undergo a transformation. This was largely due to the presence of simple life forms like cyanobacteria. These microscopic organisms, often dismissed as mere pond scum, had a monumental role in Earth's history. They used sunlight to convert water and carbon dioxide into oxygen and glucose, a process we now call photosynthesis. Day after day, for millions upon millions of years, these humble bacteria pumped oxygen into the atmosphere. However, oxygen was a new, reactive element. It began to interact with the methane that was present in large quantities in the atmosphere. This reaction produced carbon dioxide and water, which led to a decrease in the Earth's temperature. This period, known as the Snowball Earth, saw our planet covered in ice and snow for millions of years. But life is resilient. The cyanobacteria survived in the oceans, continuing their photosynthesis. Oxygen levels started to build up again, eventually reaching a tipping point. This event, known as the Great Oxygenation Event, saw oxygen becoming a major component of the Earth's atmosphere for the first time. Oxygen, a potent source of energy, paved the way for more complex life forms. It allowed for the development of cells with nuclei, which led to multicellular organisms. From these humble beginnings, life began to diversify and evolve, eventually leading to the vast array of species we see today. This was no overnight transformation. It was a slow, gradual process that took billions of years. But it was this process that created the conditions necessary for life as we know it to exist. The stage was set for a grand parade of life to begin. What do you think of when you hear the word prehistoric? Perhaps giant reptiles roaming the Earth? Well, you wouldn't be far off the mark. The Mesozoic era, also known as the Age of Dinosaurs, was a time when these colossal creatures ruled the world. The Mesozoic era, a span of about 180 million years, is divided into three periods: the Triassic, Jurassic, and Cretaceous. Each period was marked by the evolution of diverse and magnificent species of dinosaurs, ranging from the towering Brachiosaurus to the terrifying Tyrannosaurus rex. The Triassic period, the first period of the Mesozoic era, was a time of recovery and renewal. Earth was bouncing back from the biggest mass extinction event in history, paving the way for dinosaurs to evolve and dominate. Next came the Jurassic period, a time when dinosaurs truly flourished. It was during this time that some of the largest dinosaurs, like the Brachiosaurus and Diplodocus, roamed the Earth. The lush, warm, and tropical climate allowed for an abundance of plant life, giving these herbivores plenty to munch on. Then we move to the Cretaceous period, the final chapter of the age of dinosaurs. This period saw the rise of some of the most famous dinosaurs, including the Tyrannosaurus rex and Triceratops. But it was also during this time that the first mammals began to appear, subtly setting the stage for a new era. However, the age of dinosaurs was not meant to last forever. A catastrophic event, likely a massive asteroid impact, resulted in the demise of about 75% of all species on Earth. This mass extinction marked the end of the Cretaceous period and the entire Mesozoic era. The reign of the dinosaurs had ended, clearing the way for mammals to dominate. The age of dinosaurs was a significant chapter in Earth's history, one that left a lasting impression on our planet and continues to captivate our imagination. As we delve deeper into the annals of Earth's past, we can only wonder what other incredible stories lie waiting to be unearthed. When did the first humans appear on Earth? Let's find out. We plunge into the Cenozoic era, a period marked by the rise of mammals about 65 million years ago. This era, often dubbed the Age of Mammals, was a time when the Earth's climate cooled, leading to the formation of grasslands, and in turn, encouraging the emergence and diversity of life. Among this abundant life, primates were evolving. By around 28 million years ago, the first apes had appeared. These creatures were the forebears of both humans and our closest living relatives, the great apes. They thrived in the lush forests that carpeted the earth, their bodies adapting to life among the trees. Fast forward to 6 million years ago, our ancestors began to walk upright, freeing their hands and enabling them to interact with their environment in new and complex ways. This was a significant turning point in our evolutionary journey, setting the stage for what was to come. Around 2.5 million years ago, early hominids began to exhibit signs of advanced cognition. They started crafting tools, a development that allowed them to manipulate their world like never before. The invention of tools was a game changer, a spark that ignited our ancestors' intellectual evolution. Not long after, approximately 1.5 million years ago, Homo erectus discovered fire. This discovery was revolutionary, providing warmth, protection, and the ability to cook food, which in turn supported the growth of our brains. The next leap in our evolution came with the development of language about 50,000 years ago. Language allowed our ancestors to communicate, share ideas, and forge social bonds. It was a critical tool for survival, facilitating cooperation and the transmission of knowledge across generations. From the first apes swinging through the trees to the modern humans crafting tools, harnessing fire, and developing languages, we have come a long way. Our journey has been marked by innovation, adaptation, and resilience. And thus, the age of humans had begun. So what's next for our ever-evolving planet? As we stand on the precipice of the unknown, we face challenges that are as daunting as they are critical. The story of Earth today is one of change. It's a tale of transformation that is being written by every living being on this planet. We're living in a time where our actions are shaping the narrative of our world. Climate change, the most pressing issue of our time, poses a significant challenge. The increasing temperatures, melting ice caps, and rising sea levels are not just abstract concepts. They are real, tangible phenomena that are altering the face of our planet. Yet amidst these challenges, there is hope. We are also living in an era of unprecedented innovation and discovery. Scientists and researchers across the globe are working tirelessly to understand our world better and to find solutions to the problems we face. From renewable energy to sustainable agriculture, our ingenuity and resourcefulness are driving us towards a more sustainable future. Looking beyond, the potential future of our planet is as vast as the universe itself. Perhaps, in the not-so-distant future, we might become a multi-planetary species, venturing into the cosmos and making our mark on other celestial bodies. The thought of humans setting foot on Mars or even further afield is no longer just the stuff of science fiction. But as we cast our eyes to the stars, we must also remember our roots. Earth is our home, it's where our story began, and it's a story that we continue to shape every day. Every choice we make, every action we take, plays a part in the narrative of our world. Our Earth's history is still being written, and we all have a part to play. It's a story that is as much about our past as it is about our future. So, as we move forward, let's do so with care, with thought, and with a commitment to ensuring a sustainable future for generations to come. Our story isn't over, it's just beginning. Don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating insights into our world.